tonight we take a detailed look into the not-so-distant future of electronics, information and the new buzzword, superhighways. California in the United States is often at the forefront of the latest developments, and it looks as if the future has now arrived here. In the land that invented the expressway, now it's the super information highway with video phones, smart televisions, even the electronic cafe.
We have lots of cyberspace luminaries that we've connected with. For example, Oscar Peterson could be in London and he could be giving a concert anywhere in the world, and we could just tie into him and he could be playing to this room as well. Keyboard players play this piano in our room, but they can be anywhere in the world, so they don't even have to come here.
In a small town nearby, Jeannie Johnson has been on what they call a superhighway for about a year. Her home wired up by one of the big telecommunications companies as a very expensive experiment to see what the customer likes about this new future. She dreads the thought of a long wait to have a superhighway permanently.
I want it now, and I realize I have to be a little bit patient, but I hope it's not long. Hi, Jack. How you doing?
Well, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
What Jeannie likes most is talking to her friends, neighbors and relatives on her fiber optic video phone.
It'll save me a lot in plane fares, and that way the children that live away from me will be able to know me as their grandma versus a voice on the other end of the telephone. I see all sorts of wonderful things because of it.
At the corporate headquarters of the company that's behind the experiment being carried out in California, they see these pilot projects widening out to take in the whole country over the next few years.
Well, the concept of superhighway is basically a large network that will be built out in the United States that will connect together virtually all the homes into all the different programmers or information providers. And instead of having to travel out of your home to access information, to go to a library, to make a transaction, you can simply do a lot of these things over your TV.
And there's little doubt that the superhighway will soon be a huge and lucrative marketplace.
Well, I'm in the business of making money for my shareholders. I mean, I can't speak for other people, but I think most people that know me know that's my fundamental business.
The world's leading electronic corporations are already doing a brisk business. The big names are spending billions of dollars on something that hasn't even been built yet, and with good reason, since by even some of the most conservative estimates, the income generated by the superhighway mega industry could be worth half the American gross national product today. Some problems still need to be resolved, like that of reading handwriting electronically. Apple's recent handheld machine has serious drawbacks.
A clear, steady picture.
For over 50 years now, ever since television came on the scene in the United States, the concept of broadcasting pictures was a one-way street, from the TV stations to the viewer. On the superhighway, pictures travel in all directions, viewer to TV station and viewer to viewer.
We believe that it will fundamentally change how we live, how we work, and how we learn. You can have access to the best teachers teaching the toughest subjects, no matter where you are. Healthcare can be delivered more efficiently.
How are you doing on dialysis today?
Already some doctors in the United States are using superhighway to change dramatically the way they work and the care they give.
Are you getting any relief of that discomfort with that thing under your tongue? It's getting better?
Yeah.
Getting better. Okay.
Instead of wasting time going from one hospital to another, the leading kidney specialist in America works from his main office in Austin, Texas. He treats dozens of patients, some of them hundreds of kilometers away, all by video link between doctor, patient and the nursing staff. But back in California, where a laboratory was set up and where the experiment's been running for the past year, there are skeptics. Many doubt that the coming world of 500 television channels will really provide more information.
Will people use the information superhighway? Well, you know, we have already a giant information superhighway called a library. Very few Americans use the library. What makes the people who are providing this service think that all of a sudden a country of basically extremely inert, lazy people are suddenly going to become scholars?
However, in the Johnson household, at either end of the video phone, they insist they've not turned into lazy people.
I don't feel that way. Do you, Jean?
No, not at all. It's enhanced my life. It hasn't stopped my life.
So the new age has already arrived for some, and whether they want it or not, all Americans will have access to the superhighway within the next 5 to 7 years. It'll not only bring just a lot more entertainment, it will mean a dramatic change in the way everyone lives and works.